map. Mean what are the things required for a map or to study a map. Okay, so basically here are some main points by which we can help or by which we can understand the map and we can read it easily. Okay, so basically these points are distance, directions, symbols, sketch and plan. But the most important, which are the three main components of a map, these are called distance or scale, second is direction, or third is symbols. Okay, but we are going to discuss about all these components. So basically first is distance or a scale. Distance or a scale. So what is distance or scale? How does it help us to read a map? So maps reduce the entire world or a part of it to fit in a sheet of paper. We know that the world is so big, our earth is so large. Okay, but what the maps have done, they have reduced the entire world and or a part of it and to fit it on a sheet of paper. Okay, and maps are drawn to reduce the scale. So what is scale? Scale, we can say that we are taking a measurement of the length. Scale is used as the measurement of the length of any area of any particular thing, that is called scale. We will discuss about it. Firstly, so what is scale? Scale is the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. Like if I am discussing about, this is southern part of India. Yes, this is southern part of India. If we are talking about the coastline which is around 6100 kilometer, which is around 6100 kilometer. So if I am talking about this line, this is the actual length of the line, coastline, but if we are showing it on a map, obviously we are reducing, we are decreasing this scale, or we can show that 100 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. It means if we are using a scale and if we are using, this is 1 centimeter, it means we are taking it as 100 kilometers. 100 kilometer. It means ये जितना भी part है, how much this part is, if we are dividing it in 61 parts, it means 1 centimeter. If we are dividing it, suppose it is dividing or it is dividing into 61 parts. Okay, and we can say that 1 centimeter is equal to 100. So 61 centimeter, it will be itna kilometer. Yes, it means we have to just reduce the scale. We can't show the actual length of any particular thing on the map. So we have to reduce it. We can assume it according to our wish. Okay, according to our wish. If you want to take, you can take 100 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. It means if 1 centimeter is there, its distance will be 1000 kilometer. It means it is covering 1000 kilometer. You can take your scale according to your own wish to make it easy, to understand it easy. Okay, so this is called scale. Now, if you know about the scale, you will be able to calculate the actual distance of a place, of the place on a map as well. Okay, so according to this, according to the distance or according to the scale, these maps are also divided into two parts. First of all, first is small scale map and second is large scale map. First is small scale map and second is large scale map. So what is small scale map and what is large scale map? So first is small scale, when the large areas are to be drawn on a paper, it is called small scale map. And what is large? What is large scale map? Large scale maps mean when a small area is to be shown on a paper. Shown on a paper. Now, what is example? Small scale map. Suppose we are showing this only. Okay, it means we are taking 100 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. Yes, yes. So it means we are discussing about a large area. So we are taking its small scale. But if we want to discuss about large scale maps, when a small area is to be shown on a paper, we can say, if we are discussing about the coastal line in this part only, in the western part. Now we are discussing about this western part. Now we will be saying that this is large scale maps. How? Because its length, suppose its length is around 3000 kilometers. Suppose its length is 3000 kilometers. Or we can say, if we are discussing about the coastline in Kerala only. If we are discussing about Kerala, if its length is around 900 kilometers, it means we will be taking 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer. Okay, when we are showing a small area on a map with a large scale, okay, with a scale, that will be called large scale map. And what are small scale maps? In which we have to show large areas on a paper. Okay, when the large areas are to be shown on a paper, we use small scale maps. It means 5 centimeter is equal to 500 kilometer. And large scale maps are when a small area is to be shown on a paper, then we can use large scale maps, like 5 centimeter is equal to 500 meters of the ground. And these maps, these large maps, give us more information. Why? Because these large maps are giving us about the information of that particular area, and this is giving the information of that large area. This will not be giving that much information how much this large maps are given. Okay, so these are small and the large scale maps. We can say obviously the scale is very large here, or we can say, if we are taking here 1 centimeter is equal to 300 kilometer, or we can say that we can divide it into 3 scale. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. It means this is 300 kilometer. Or here 1 centimeter was 100 kilometer. Or we can say, or we can take here 1000 kilometer as well. Okay, the area will be, how much the area will be, the small will be that much small. Okay, the scale will be that much small. If we are taking any small area, then large scale will be used. Then next is directions. What are directions? As you know, around third class, in third class we have discussed about it, that how many directions are there. So there are 4 directions: east, west, north and south. So north is at the top, south is at the down, and right hand side where you are sitting. If you will say see that if you are facing the north, then your right side will be east and your left side will be west. Okay, so your left side will be west. So directions, if we know the direction, it will be very easy for us to understand the map. So major directions are called cardinal points. Major directions are called cardinal points. So what are cardinal points? The main directions like east, west, north and south. Now we can locate any place more accurately with the help of directions. Clear? Now compass. What is compass? Compass is an instrument which is used to find the main directions. Okay, and its magnetic needle, there is a needle in it which is made up of magnet. Okay, so its magnetic needle help us to find the direction, and it always points toward north and south direction. Okay, so these are the direction: east, west, north and south. Or we can say on the map, here is north, south, east, west. Clear? North, south, east and west. Now these are the directions. Now what are sub directions? What are sub directions? Sub directions like east, west, north, south. Okay, these are directions, but this direction, this and this is called northeast, this is called northwest, this is called southeast, this is called southwest. Okay, so we can say that the points which are the main direction, they are known as the cardinal points, but which are sub directions, they are known as the intermediate directions. Okay, intermediate directions. Hope distance and directions are clear to you all. We are discussing our next topic, which is next point, which is symbols. What are symbols? So we know that it is not possible to draw the whole earth, the entire earth at a time on a paper. Okay, so what we have with us to make it understand easily. So what are the basic things which are required, which we are having with us? So this is not possible to draw the entire earth or the actual size or the shape of the different features of the different parts of the earth. So we use some symbols such as letters, shades, colors and lines. Okay, or we can use some buildings, temples, roads, trees and bridges. There is an example. If you want to show about some crops or some trees or about some forest, then what can you do? What can you use? Then you can use trees. Or if you are discussing about crops, then you can use this. Okay, now if you want to show mountains, you can use this pictures. If you want to show temple, you can use this pictures. Okay, so it means these are different symbols which can be used to show some things to show some shapes or to show some particular things on the map. Okay, and they can be shown with some letters also, shades also. Like we can use if the most producing rice. If we want to show it with any symbol, we can use plus sign. We can use any sign for wheat. We can use another sign for mountains. Okay, we can use another sign for clouds. Okay, it means whatever we want to show on the map, we can make use of some symbols to show them on the maps. Okay, now next is we are discussing about the maps of about the language of the map. What is the language which is known all over the world? So map has a universal language that can be understood by all. And what is its language? The symbols which are used to the symbols which are used to read out this language are called conventional symbols. So if we are showing some mountains, so these are the symbols. Okay, and these symbols help us to read out the language. It means they want to show mountains. The symbols are telling only. So the symbols used to read out the language, they are called conventional symbols. Now there are some colors also which are used to indicate some features like water. Blue color can be used for mountains, brown color can be used, and for plateau yellow color can be used, and for northern plains we can use green color. Okay, so this was about symbols, how symbols help us to understand the map. Now next is sketch. What is sketch? Basically these are the main symbols. Now we are discussing about what is the difference between sketch or a plan. So what is sketch? Sketch is a rough drawing of any area to tell where a place is located with respect to another place. Or we can we can use a rough drawing drawn without a scale. That is called sketch. Okay, if we want to show any area, if we are using a pencil to draw it without a scale, that will be called a sketch. But we can say plan. What is plan? If you want to know about the exact length and the breadth of that place, suppose if you want to discuss, if we want to make a new room in our house, what will we use? We will make a plan with the exact length and the breadth of that room. Okay, so length and breadth, that cannot be shown on a map, but it is easy, or it is important to know the exact length and the breadth of a place. So then at that time we can go for a plan. Okay, so this was your chapter. I hope this is clear to you all. These are the components of a map. First is distance or scale, directions, symbols, sketch and plan. Now you have to I'm giving you one question. You have to write its answer and then share it in your classwork group. So question is, write down the three main components of a map. What are the three main components of a map? You have to write any three main components. I told you in the starting of the video that which are the three important among these five. So you have to write the three components, the three main components of a map. I hope this video is clear to you all. This was a very easy chapter. About this chapter we have discussed in 3rd, 4th and 5th class as well. Hope this chapter is clear to you all. So take care. Have a nice day.